Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Diablo 3. My name is Wilfred. So the PTR 2.6.10 blog has been out and I would like to share with you my first reaction when it comes to reading this blog because I am a very avid Diablo 3 fan and I would like to be fair as well. I'm not like a fanboy kind of person. If it is good, I like it. I praise about it. If it's not good, and I'll just say as it is. So now, this is for the new season coming up in October, I believe. And I must say that when I read the patch notes, initially I was very, very excited because this is the patch note that's supposed to solve all the, at least, try to rebalance all the sets and so on. This is after all the new sets has been introduced and now the game is focusing on making the rest of the sets kind of awesome or making the legendary set awesome. But as I read on, it started off well, but it kind of dropped off quite fast. And I'll kind of share with you my thought as well. Now, the season mechanic, like I said, I think Diablo 3 is pretty old game. And they are trying to create some kind of season mechanic to the game whereby just to inject life to the game. I don't really necessarily like this season when we come with all this, mechanic that just doesn't do much. Now, the Shadow of the Past, at first read, is rather interesting because when you touch the shrine, you would spawn one of the clones, and these are some of the clones that create here different kind of build. Now, it's a lot of complexity. At the end of the day, does it really matter which clone get spawn? I don't really know, because it is just the AI. And I suspect the AI would be rather dumb as well, maybe missing the target that you want, or just pop the thing that doesn't matter and so on. And I presume they will just spend too much time trying to make all this build variety kind of work across the different kind of classes until whereby they miss the whole big picture, which is really to make the base game good. All these are just a gimmick. How do you balance between the classes, like which class with the best kind of clone that create? Maybe we'll spend time during the season to figure out, and if we do have a group of friends from different classes, and we may figure out which one would be the best to spawn the clone. I don't know. It's just one of those things that it's just one of those things that I think they will just put a lot of effort in doing, and they will create some kind of imbalance, and one of the build variety may be overpower, and people just find a way to just abuse that. Not that interesting for me. But anyway, it is what it is. They like to add something like that, and we'll see how it goes. Open-minded, yeah. Now, from the item perspective, the first one is all right. We have new set, and the new set should be part of the rotation when it comes to the season, journey, and when it comes to the gift that being handed over. That's fine with me. I think that is cool. Stone Gauntlet now drop for all classes instead of just the melee one. Or Barbarian. That's fine too. Not necessarily an item that is like a kind of useful for all classes, but it's good to be able to loot that even if you're not of the class. So that's cool. Go find change to go pick up radius is fine as well. That to me is not really like a big change. Now, out of all these things, I'm kind of disappointed that the Swarmland Warder, which is what you need to craft as a witch doctor for any kind of build that is more biased to elemental, kind of like a buff. I was hoping that item would have been able to be crafted for all classes at least, or something along that line, because if I roll a class that doesn't really have a pants that is useful for the class, I'll certainly go to roll a witch doctor in season, get him or her to 70, and then try to craft the pants and then forget about the witch doctor. So I just wish that they've added the Swarmland Warder, which is just like Stone Gauntlet, something that is rather useful. And I think I would argue that the Swarmland Warder is more useful than the Stone Gauntlet for almost all the classes, right? So yeah, a little bit of disappointment there. Now, newer items here. Bone Sphere cast from Simulacrum deal 500% increased damage. That is like hilarious. I tell you why it's hilarious. Because it doesn't take one season for us to figure out that Bone Sphere, for the new set, which is the Masquerade of the Burning Carnival here, is underpowered. We even in the PTR, we say that Bone Sphere is just underpowered. It doesn't hit that powerful. And the problem with Blizzard is that, look, people have been asking for Bracer, let's just add this one in. But look, Bone Sphere is not the like the build that is for Necromancer for all builds. It's just one of the builds out there. They could have done a lot more for the Bracer, for the Necromancer. You and I know that there aren't really that many Necromancer Bracers out there. There's a missing kind of like a slot there. Having Bone Sphere being buffed here just to compensate the Masquerade of the Burning Carnival when everybody say that this set is underpowered is a joke to me. It's just kind of funny how they think that this is going to solve the whole Masquerade of the Burning Carnival. Well, look, Blizzard, I have news for you. In order to buff this, as we said a month ago in the PTR, all you need to do, just skip tours here. Do one of these things here. Just buff the 6-piece bonus to a higher percentage, and you're sorted. You don't even need to figure out a new item just to increase the Bone Sphere cast from Simulacrum. And by the way, newsflash, Blizzard, Bone Sphere cast from Simulacrum is just crap, because it, a lot of time it just aim at the wrong place. It is not effective. It should buff the Bone Sphere cast from the hero himself or herself. That would have been a much better design. And by the way, you don't need to create a new item for it. Like I said, just buff the set, 6-piece set, and you're done. Create something new for your Bracer, something that would be build defining to open up build variety. So this is really it's rather sad. And the saddest thing I must share with you is that this, as a Necromancer fan, after waiting for years for Necromancer to come on par with other classes, this is the only thing we've got for this new season. This is the answer to Necromancer. If Blizzard play Necromancer, do they know how fragile Necromancer is for the other builds rather than the Masquerade of the Burning Carnival? Do you know how easy Necromancer get one shot left, right, and center if you play other builds? And this is the only answer to the whole thing about Necromancer. They nerfed the whole red build. They come up with a new class set that is very mediocratic, just very average. And now this is the only answer to it. This is something that really got me a lot disappointed with how they view the whole set. I wish they just listened to the people on the ground. But anyway, let's move on. So this is the I don't really comment too much on the Crusader. Some of you may want to tell me a little bit more about that. Mantle of Channeling is kind of hilarious because I think it was added there, and after that they remove it. I don't know what's the thinking behind it. Anyway, the Sigil is something that, well, it's long overdue for a change, because Death Wish and Sigil is like the default kind of setup for almost many kind of like a wizard build. When you randomly cast one of the you buff the spender, you randomly cast one of the spender as well. But making this change means that it is very much energy twister kind of like oriented, and kind of like coupled with this reboot here, the Vel'Thak reboot, that is really creating a new energy twister build, which is fine, I guess. But are there anything they've done to sort of like remove the Death Wish plus Sigil kind of combination? I don't think there's a lot of thoughts around it, I would say, to remove this combo, because for other build, because there's so many wizard build that's being built around the Death Wish and the Sigil, and now you are changing the way the Sigil work. That's completely destroyed many builds. But I don't think they have added enough build to compensate that. My take as well. Anyway, you guys can disagree or agree, but that's my take. Now, Fragment of Destiny, definitely this is one of those like Typhoon build. Now, there are two sets that's really kind of average that everybody has been telling Blizzard to do better. One is the Typhoon Veil, the other is Masquerade of the Burning Carnival. Enough of Masquerade of Burning Carnival. Don't want to talk about that. Disappointment. The Typhoon Veil is kind of interesting. I kind of like the build. I kind of like the set. But with this change itself, it's very much like, this is the Hydra kind of like a buff. You can buff the LON build or Legacy of Dream build for the Mammoth kind of like a Hydra build, or you can do the Typhoon build. But what it means is that you must use a signature, because none of these builds today, be as the Mammoth kind of like a Hydra nor the Typhoon build, use any signature power. There's just none. No one does that. So now you are being asked to do that. I do not know whether by doing that, and of course it comes the whole Death Wish and Sigil kind of like setup that is now no longer kind of like a valid kind of combo. It really have to think. We really have to think about what it means, because we don't have that many buttons on the hotbar. Can we incorporate signature power there? So that is one of the consideration when it comes to the Hydra build. Another one is that your Hydra deal damage to enemies in a Blizzard. That is another. Well, it's interesting. I mean, you cast Blizzard and you use signature spell, but what do you take out from there that you don't use anymore? Is it going to be the it could potentially be the Black Hole, perhaps? You can take away the Black Hole, replace it with the Blizzard to buff your Hydra. That's one option. Replace the Arcane Torrent to your signature power. That could be another option. I don't think it would significantly change the way that we play the Hydra, but it's just some kind of variety to it. But that's fine. And then there are a little bit of buff to the DMO build. I mean, quite a fair bit of buff to the DMO build. I yet to see how this one work because a lot of DMO builds so far today I've seen is more on the Frozen Orb. That's not really about Arcane Orb. Maybe now it's time to think about let's do Arcane Orb because it has 350% increased damage. Doesn't really add more build variety. It just shift the build from one to the other. My take again. This is yet another kind of a classic example. People say Typhoon Veil is underpowered for 2 seasons. Now I don't know why it takes them 2 seasons to punch a number like this one. It just, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just tuning. It's very, very basic tuning. But anyway, there are other things being added as well. I mean, I'm not going to go through all of them, but there are all these are like set items, set piece item that's being buffed. Overall, there's a lot of buff, to the work itself, and the bombardment kind of build. You guys know what's happened there in the Crusader world. Happy to drop a comment here. This is rather interesting because Angry Chicken kind of like a build is kind of fun when it come to the Witch Doctor. Never really for endgame, but it's kind of fun for any speed farming or just bounty. But now it could mean that it could make it a viable build. So in this new season, for all I may go and try out the Angry Chicken build for the Witch Doctor. I don't know. You guys let me know. Then I think if you do Angry Chicken, you probably go for the Arakai. I don't know. I mean, that could be another kind of interesting combo. They try to buff the Witch Doctor set to be as good as the new set as well, which nothing wrong with that. I think that's cool. But other than that, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of changes into the monk as well. So yeah, I mean that is about it. That is all. And when I read this, it's like, whoa, you mean that's it? That there aren't really a lot more. So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about this whole change itself? Are you excited about the change, or are you just a little bit disappointed because it's not what within your expectation? Oh, by the way, of course, this is rather interesting. The Kanai Cube have a 4th slot in this season, and that opened up new possibilities on what it is. Kind of funny thing though. Think about it. If you play Chronicon with me on another game that I feature in this channel, there are many kind of augmentation going on. I mean, they have only like 6 slots, but they have 6 other kind of Kanai Cube concept against it to to kind of buff the items with another legendary and so on. So I don't think I think it is heading to the right direction. I think they should expand onto it. But it's keen to see what is going to happen when it comes to building up the variety that we have in this game. So let me know in the comment box below how you feel about it. And I'm keen to read it and respond to you. So meanwhile, take care and have fun. Bye.